And where are you?
Georgia, Atlanta.
How you gonna change the things around you? Oh, what you gonna love inside of you? Oh, when you gonna hear his revelation? Oh, oh, let it move inside of you. Life ain't no.
Hello, welcome, beautiful souls, to Infinite Perspectives, where voices become vision and vision becomes transformation. I am Michelle Diamond, author, creative, and co founder of this amazing platform. Linda?
And I am Linda Boston. Thank you, Michelle. I'm founder of Peer Incorporated, portable educational and entertainment repertoire. I'm also an actress, an author, a singer, and your co host right here on Infinite Perspective.
Yes, thanks, Linda. Tonight's conversation, listen, this is not just about music, it's about identity, influence, and the unseen ways sound shapes who we become.
Ooh, yes, yes, because music doesn't just entertain, right? It
Not at
connects,
all.
it remembers, it moves something inside of us, sometimes before we even understand why.
Isn't that the truth?
Mhm.
And if we're honest, we don't just listen to music, we absorb it,
Mm.
we repeat it, and we become it. So tonight, we ask a deeper question. What is music doing to identity?
Ah, there's the question.
Absolutely. Infinite Perspectives is proudly brought to you by Peer Incorporated, Next Level Promotion, a division of Infinite Perspectives Brands, Moniker Enterprises, Carlotta Co. the Brand, and Unlimited Networks Property Management. Tonight, we have the pleasure of welcoming Richmond Punch, a Juilliard-trained violin virtuoso, Yale-educated composer, and elite entertainment contractor. But beyond the accolades, he's a creator of experience, a curator of sound, and a contributor of culture.
Yes, because when someone has performed across the world, their understanding of people, their understanding of emotion, and the understanding of energy goes beyond performance. Richmond, welcome to Infinite Perspectives. Tonight, we're not just talking about music, we're talking about what it's doing beneath the surface.
Yes.
Amen to that. Thank you so much,
Mhm.
Linda and Michelle. I
Yeah.
love this vibe that you set up just before the show even commences. The energy, this energy, the spirit that's in before we even really get into it. It's already there.
Yes.
Oh, gratitude. That's what it's all about.
Right.
So, Richmond, we go way back, and it's a pleasure to have you on this platform because, as you said, it's 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 different on purpose, and it means so much because we're here to reshape the narrative. We
Mhm.
can't force change, but we can reshape it, and then everyone's perspectives welcomed, and we just grow together. So before the stages, Richmond, before the recognition, what did music mean to you personally?
Ooh. Music to me was really a form of at its earliest stages in my life. It was
Mhm.
like spirit brought to life.
Mm,
It was like I grew up and it was like music was like the evidence of of the spirit being brought to life to me.
wow.
Yeah,
That's
that's wonderful.
Mhm.
I'm a vocalist as well. I wrote the song
Mm.
that you hear in the intro of the show. And I've worked closely with Randy Scott, who is a triple platinum smooth jazz artist, Billboard top 10. And we've said the exact same thing. I've been singing since I was a little girl. My father sang, and it's in your spirit. It's in your being. It's in your body. It's in your everything. Culturally, it's in us. That's what has us dancing on the 2 and 4, I guess. You know? But when did you realize music wasn't just talent? It was your purpose.
Oh, yes. When I could hear something in various environments like church or school, be it school with the classical music, or be it church on Sundays, and then hear the radio. And then I realized I could play various styles of music. I could play various styles of music. I could hear notes, first of all, when I realized, it took me a while to realize that other people around me couldn't necessarily hear notes to process the note in order to know an exact note. But by God's grace, I was given the perfect pitch hearing of notes, and then I could hear chords. And so it was just, I realized the power of it, because I realized in doing it, there really should never be limitations. And in my doing it, I realized that it was unlimited what you could do, because you could learn music from around the world, and you could reach all cultures.
Yes. That's interesting you say that, because it is bigger. It's bigger than you are. I have the ability to find harmony. Once I learn the melody, I can find the harmony, several different parts of harmony. So was there a moment where you felt, this is bigger than me? This is bigger than everything that I'm thinking? Or everything?
Yes. I would say that when I realized that I could strike a chord and it could hit people's emotions, that I realized when it could tap into emotions of spirit, that music was just huge. It was enormous. It could make people cry and have joy. It can fill you up, but also it could release. It could release. So it was just so much. Matter of fact, I actually experienced that when I went to see the premiere of Michael Jackson yesterday. Of the Michael movie.
I saw that. Yep.
I experienced it. I mean, I know I can't talk about it so much, but other than the most thing that I could say to you is I experienced it all over again. It took me all the way back to my childhood.
Yes.
To see it and just know that it's a gift. You have a gift, you can use it, but then when you actually see the impact of it, it's like that was it for me. When because my mom would say, go play at the senior center. Come on, son. You gonna go play at the senior center. Come on, son, you gonna play after church. Okay, right. After church, we going to auntie's house, and you got your violin? Because you gonna play for auntie for Sunday dinner today.
There was no, I don't feel like it.
Yeah. And so I could see the uses of it. And I remember the looks on those seniors' faces, on my family when I played. I played Cotton Eye Joe for my grandma. When I played Cotton Eye Joe for my grandma, she'd start dancing.
Oh, I love that.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful.
So, we tapped into a lot. You talked about purpose. You talked about, you realizing or feeling that at that moment that it was bigger than self. What version of you had to be released for you to become the Richmond that you are now?
Wow. One of the biggest ones is one that I was just talking about today, which is the ability to overcome, the ability to overcome, the ability to not put yourself as below, never let somebody else put you as below, but to always learn how to rise above. And that's been one of my biggest things, because my whole road, my whole journey was not easy. There was a whole lot of rising above. Like when I went to the Juilliard school, and my teacher there was some elements of almost like negativity that you could perceive as negativity, or almost like a belittling, or like a less than. You the student, you are in whatever way, you are less than me, the teacher. You're less
Come
than me,
on.
the teacher. And
Tell
then not only are you less than me, the teacher, you're also less than this music. You're less than this music you're trying to play. You're less than the people that it's just some of the things that were driven into me while I was being taught, while I was supposed to be learning, was all of those things that came together, that learning how to rise above is what happened, is what has really elevated me. For instance, right now I have a weekly gig that I got, and the last every week gig that I had was 2 years ago. So it was like God had me in waiting, and that now I know, having this happened in time, in real time 2 weeks ago, that 2 year period was one of those rise above.
That's interesting you say that, because I'm sure going to Juilliard, you were possibly faced with elements of maybe even racism. I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like.
In
Yeah.
reflection, I used to always think that I could never point it like as if I had a recorder and there were words.
Right.
There were never exact words, but I always got that kind of a sense.
So you're talking about energy that resonated in the classroom,
right?
That affected your ability, but it did not impede you, because it's a God-given gift. Nothing can stop that. Yeah.
No, there were amazing parts as well. I want to make sure I talk about that of Juilliard. So there was this that I dealt with my private teacher, but then there was my friends, my own roommate, a black roommate. For there to be that few black people in the school, and they also happened to give me a black roommate. It was like they didn't know what they did, because they gave me a pathway to see the other side. On top of that, there was a teacher who was not my teacher. The dean of music was a Christian. Not only was he a Christian, he ran a Bible study in Wednesday mornings at school, before school, like, I don't know, 7 in the morning, sometime 6:30, 7 in the morning. And we had a Christian group at Juilliard, a Christian group that met, Christian friends, a gospel choir. So, and I go back to my roommate, because I could talk to him and he would share with me verses. He came from a family where his dad was like a pastor, but he would share with me verses, in the middle of, I just came from, trying to count my coins as a college student, trying to deal with the music. And he would recite verses to me. And then the next thing he would do after that is he said, "Come on, I want you to go somewhere with me." And I'd be like, "Bro, where we going?" He took me to Wynton Marsala's house.
Come on now.
Wow.
To soak in knowledge, and
amazing.
And to jam and to play, but mostly to soak in knowledge of his teacher, who was Wynton Marsalis.
That's the beauty. That's the absolute beauty of being at the right place at the right time and meeting supposed to meet.
Right.
So,
before you what came to my mind, Linda and Richmond, I'm sorry to
Yeah, no.
interject here, but
No.
because you said something so beautiful and powerful. We see there's two sides. You could have stayed in the negativity,
Yes.
but you had positive influence there. And what this conversation and this experience you shared with us reminds us of is that we have to be very mindful, not just of what we consume,
Uh-huh.
but what we allow to shape us. And
Yes.
in that moment, Richmond, you allowed the positive experience to shape who you were through those years. And I love that. I had to pinpoint that. I'm sorry.
Yes, yes. Something that we need to let young people coming behind us know
Mhm.
that you
Yeah.
are in charge of what it's the choices you make.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, do you believe music reflects identity or shapes it?
Mm. I love
I'm
that.
gonna have to say that it shapes it, because the very thing that I was studying, I feel like without it, or without its existence, I'm not sure if I'd still necessarily be here or be the same person.
Yes.
Um, or have developed into um uh an adult that has a purpose.
Mm.
Without I think without the existence of music. So I think that music shapes, and I feel like it's constant.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yes.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. So, especially for the younger generation, and I really want you to expound on this one because um, we owe it to them. I mentor a lot of young people in acting as well as in, you know, the entertainment industry that they want to go into. A lot of them I've discovered they just want to be rich. They don't necessarily. Okay, you still there?
Yeah, he is. I think
Okay.
he was
Yeah.
Uh,
playing with the camera.
okay. Okay. I think some of them just want to be rich as opposed to be artists and embrace gifts. They just want that fame, that blow me up as fast as you can. So, especially for the younger generation, what are they absorbing without realizing it?
I'm not sure. He might have gotten stuck.
No.
Richmond. Okay, he's adjusting,
There we
guys.
go.
Okay,
Okay,
I hear you now.
and you can
Okay,
repost
give
the
me.
question.
I think I need to come back. Do I need to come back? Are we good? I think we
You're
good.
No.
good. We can hear you.
Yeah, we
Go
can
ahead.
hear you. I'm gonna
There it
reiterate.
goes. I'm there. We there. We there.
Okay. Okay, now you turn
We
inside.
there.
There you go.
Overcomers. We overcomers. We
There
Overcome.
overcomers.
we
I'm back.
go. Listen, absolutely.
That's a real Virgo move you're
Okay.
doing.
Repeat what you just said, Linda. Repeat that one more time.
Okay. I said I really want you to expound on this because we owe it to the younger generations coming behind us. And what I have discovered when I talk and mentor those in acting and in music uh, about the industry, I I find that most of them really want to be famous. They don't really want to be artists. They
Mm.
want the fame and the
Mm,
money and the followers. So, what do you,
hmm
especially for the younger generation, what are they absorbing without realizing it?
Oh wow.
Great question.
Yeah. If
And
if
you
they're
can
in if
expound
they're
on
in the
anything.
field of if
Mhm.
they're in the field of music um for absorbing rewards, benefits, like a reaping versus acknowledging the source of it, the spirit of it, the power of
Mm.
creativity,
Come on.
and the power of creativity, then they've got it really all the way backwards. Um, and it's those people that are in the industry or in music that are keeping it from being what it's supposed to be, which is a spirit, which is creativity, which is not you expect the reaping. You expect somebody to give you something because you do it. Um, it's supposed to be joy, peace. Um, it's supposed to be pain brought to tears.
Mhm.
And and release. And
Mhm.
and this is why you're supposed to do it. So all the young people, because of what they grow up around, it's really hard for them to be in the realm.
To see the
Probably because of their school. Their school is
Right.
it's not the realm anymore.
Mhm.
Like, sometimes their home is not even the realm. And I suppose you could say sometimes church is not even the realm because the kids aren't even going.
Mm.
Mhm.
Um, so it's they need to be in those places in that realm where they can have the approach to music
Mhm.
that is that is pure,
Mhm.
that is creative, and that doesn't come from expecting something, and
Mhm.
doesn't come because you got forced to do it.
Ah.
I like that.
Hmm.
Mm.
And did you have a thought on that, Linda? Because you said,
Well,
I have to
yeah,
lean in.
because I know so many people who are master virtuosos in piano and all of that, but their parents made them take those lessons.
Mm.
Now, I taught arts infused literacy to teachers, and music is math. So when you look at, I explained that to my grandson this past weekend. I said, music is math. He said, well, he's talking about C, D, A, B. What is that? I said, once you get that part, you're going to see how the math progression is connected,
Mm.
Uh, uh, but there have been so many young people who folks were cracking them over the knuckles with that ruler trying to make them learn
Yes.
those scales. But
Right.
the reward in the end, they don't realize, or they maybe didn't realize. I don't even know if people are making their children take lessons on that scale anymore.
Anymore, right, in
Hmm.
this day and age. And
Mm-mm.
what's funny, I'm glad that you referenced it, Linda, because
Mhm.
I know that it's absolutely relevant and something that we all collectively, maybe, us work on something together for, the young adults within our communities. I know you're in Texas. However,
Hmm.
we do have a lot of um, connections and networking partnerships in Texas as well.
Yes.
And
Hmm.
I would love to do something with that because Linda, when you were talking about that, it brought me back to when we appeared at Tucker Middle
Yeah.
and we were speaking
Mm.
to the young children and you brought up, what the relevance was with math in everything that they did. And they were so surprised, like, wait, what, math is a part of that as well? And it's not what you teach. I believe it's how you teach it and the connection that you bridge with who you're speaking to. Because if they don't feel that connection and find the
Mhm.
interest, then you're going to lose them. And that's what we're lacking in society today. It's like everyone just cares about getting through and not the true connection.
Right.
Hmm. That's
How do you
right.
feel about that, Richmond?
Um, well, the biggest thing that comes to word is to mind is solutions. Um, people people like to toss these great gems, these great things to the side, but actually these things are our solution.
Mm,
Such as music. It's not
Mhm.
just that music is a solution, but music is definitely one of them. um,
correct.
Without a doubt. So from somebody's household to a young child to leaders that are oversee it to government and Grammys and boards of that can fund or support music.
Yeah.
It needs to be preserved. It needs to
Mhm.
be taught. It needs to be taken gently, a gentle approach, and it needs to be accessible.
Mm,
Um, everywhere.
Keyword.
Um, I am a former little brother of the Big Brothers Big Sisters program,
Yeah.
and I grew up only with my mother. Big Brothers Big Sisters changed my life, but one of the reasons I talk about them is because through Big Brothers Big Sisters, they have been a part of my journey, which has taken me to 40 states of doing
Mm,
music. Not
Mm.
all 40 states had to do with Big Brothers Big Sisters, but a lot of them did.
Mhm.
that's
And matter of
awesome.
fact, I'm about to secure my 41st state, which is Minnesota,
Yeah,
which would be my first time going to Minnesota.
All right.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yes, a place, by the way, that I wish I was going while Prince was alive, so I could
Mm.
do the midnight jam sessions that he did at
Mm,
his house.
exactly.
That he did at his house. But
Yeah.
the reason I'm talking about that is because recently I had 3 or 4 performances in Alabama. I want to say
Mm.
4. Yes, over this period of 2 years. And my most recent trip to Alabama, um, what city was that? The North Side, Huntsville.
Huntsville.
Huntsville, Huntsville. I um, gave a free presentation to the high school.
Mm.
As a matter of fact, I was nervous about it because of all the ages I speak to. I could teach a 3-year-old. I could speak to schools from elementary all the way up. I can talk to college students. For instance, I did at Northwest Missouri State University. But to speak to high schoolers from
That's
9 to 12 always gives me the chills.
yes, it does.
I mean,
Everybody.
always gives me the nervous chills.
Yeah,
Not
yeah, yeah.
um but I went into this school and they said they wanted me to speak to the students, and we formulated that and jam with their band,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
which had learned Superstition, um, Stevie Wonder, and before I let go, Frankie Mays
Better.
Beverly.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
How'd it go? How'd
um,
it go? How'd it go? Tell them.
oh yeah. Sorry, Frankie Beverly featured Mays. So it went exceptionally good. I'm gonna tell you what I ended up doing was remembering why music was here, why
Yeah.
music is here in the first place. So
Yeah.
I spoke to the students, told some of my story. Then I was like, I want to include these students before we do the jam. I don't want to just speak, jam, and leave. I want to speak, invite them on in a personal way. We did one of my favorite things, which is an on the spot creation. On the spot
Yes.
creation.
Yes.
I called the boys all up together. Then I called the girls up together and
Mm.
did 2 rounds of this creation.
And they
We
just
we did, yes, we learned a song on the spot in front of the audience, and
Wow.
arrangement of the song. I taught little harmonies to like the sax and the trumpet, and say
Beautiful.
a singer, and I had boys do it and I had girls do it.
yeah.
And it was songs were like Billie Eilish, and
Yeah.
I can't remember what the boys did. I had the girls do Billie Eilish. I can remember what I had the boys do. Something
They
cool.
will remember it forever.
Exactly.
Yes, and we did an on the spot jam session, which exposed the gift that some of the students had that other people didn't. The whole school
Didn't
didn't
even
even
know
know about.
that. Hmm.
One girl sang. I think ain't nobody in school ever heard her sing.
Oh, wow.
And she sang
Beautiful.
Billie Eilish, a young black female sang Billie Eilish. The whole school just
Was tripped out.
yes, on the spot
Those
jam
are
session.
experiences that have to happen. That
Exactly.
And the fact that we
Those are the
did it
ones
in
that
front
count
of the
and matter.
school, we did it in front of the school and did to learn that in like 5 minutes.
Wow. Well,
And then,
kudos to you on that.
yes,
oh,
yes,
thank you.
yes.
And
You're welcome.
I'll send you the video because then I jammed with the
Please.
band after
Yes.
Yes,
that. But
please
it
do.
was just the
You
whole
know,
experience
my
was.
thing. I'll put it together, repost it. You know
Yeah.
how we
Now,
do it. So
thank you so much.
absolutely.
And I say that to say that while I was speaking of how you should care about music, what you should put into it, I have been telling Big Brothers, and I have an initiative where clients corporations, individuals that hire me to go to cities. I
Mm-hmm.
am willing to do multi-day workshops for no
Mm-hmm.
charge in these various
Ooh.
cities I go to. So, for instance, I have Minnesota coming up and Richmond, Virginia. I would do a free teaching summer camp or teaching however long it is or workshop. And all I'm trying to help get is a place to reside for it will be extended because the
Mhm.
events that bring me there have me there like one day.
Mhm.
So
Right.
a place to reside and
Mhm.
teach every day. Teach,
Mhm.
teach, teach. And no charge and gets, maybe somebody helps me acquire instruments for kids that don't have them and just teach these kids. I want to go to various cities and I want to do it around the world.
That would be amazing.
Oh
Well,
yeah, you
I
got
do.
stuff for us.
let us
Oh,
know here. You can definitely speak to me on it. You know, that's what I do. With the PR stuff. I know you have an amazing team behind you as well. Your wife is
Mm,
awesome. Love her.
mm,
And
thank
Kelly, hey. But but
you.
um this is something, and it's so funny. Linda and I, we always talk about how everything aligns week to week with this platform. And we
yeah,
were just talking about workshops and expanding and teaching and,
yes,
just coming together. So this is just another full circle moment. Definitely
absolutely.
will connect you and Linda because there's some things that we can elevate on.
Mhm.
And even with this, foundation that I'm with now.
Mm,
Thank you
yes.
guys so much for All Generations Foundation Inc.
Mm,
I'm a board member there, and it's originally the Simone Family Foundation, but I am absolutely sure Felicia would love to assist with that because there are ways that we could talk about getting the funding to do this and
mm,
ensure that we have the housing and have the instruments and
Mhm.
mm,
why it's important, especially when it comes to the kids. And to bring the train of thought back, you just landed right into the next question for me is, with that experience that you're going to be creating, do you believe that people choose music or does music amplify a version of them they're already becoming?
Mm. That's one.
mm.
Come on.
I'm on that second one because I believe that everybody has a seed
Mm,
of that music inside them.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Um,
come on
some
now.
people are some people's seeds are being watered, nurtured the right way, and other people's seeds are just staying there dormant.
Mhm.
So
In other
Yeah,
true.
they just.
words, we're all creators because we were created.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And I love it when you talk about seeds and you're talking about giving back to the community, because now we're talking about community, we're talking about culture, influence, and the responsibility that we all hold together collectively. Um,
Mm-hmm.
what would you say your responsibility is as an artist to carry when their sound influences culture?
Mhm.
Mm. Repeat it one more time.
No problem. So, what responsibility do artists carry when their sound influences culture?
Okay. Um. Shoot. That takes me back to the Michael movie. Um.
Mm.
Mm, come on.
Um. His biggest thing was being able for his music to do things to change the lives of other people. Like
Yes.
that was his biggest thing. So when you watch him, even when he was down, for instance, if he was down or he had just finished a tour or a performance, he was tired as I don't know what, or he was down or he had faced some adversity, or those are the exact moments that he would go to the toy store
Mhm.
to the toy store and talk to kids
Yeah.
or go to the hospital and
Uh,
reach out to kids and
mhm.
go, find people that were in pain or didn't have joy or were sad, and give them joy. Like
Yeah.
that right there, that aspect of him, and that aspect of the way that um a artist should share their message, um blows my mind. Blows my
Hmm.
And that's really what an artist should do, is they should share the gift, the music, which is a message, which influences and reaches so many people in a way that they can um, help shape from their creativity, their spirit,
Thank
to
you.
even aspects of their lives, like
Hmm.
that. Um, those children with cancer, for instance, like that Michael spoke to,
Mhm.
just I didn't know it, but I know now that when he had the incident from the this is an example, and this should be an example to many artists. When he had a incident with the Pepsi commercial, and he had the fire incident,
Yeah.
while he was in the hospital, he went and talked to other burn victims
Victim.
Victims, yes.
in the hospital, in
Correct.
pain,
Mhm.
suffering. He went and talked to other burn victims to see about other people's problems. Just
Mhm.
Because it's bigger than self. And
Yeah.
I
mhm,
like the way that you responded to that. And I allowed you time to sit with it, because the way the question was posed, if you think about it, and we could think about it from the technical aspect of the way that it was presented and talking about influence in a culture. And most may have went into, identifying with your own culture, your heritage, but I like that you went deeper. And that's why this platform is called Infinite Perspectives, because we appreciate everybody's perspectives, and each perspectives, they differ, and it's for a reason. Your perspective on you talked about what he did for others, and he, as a burnt victim himself, he went and he talked to other burnt victims, and he went and visited a hospital and talked to children. That is creating a whole cultural influence in itself. Culture
Yes.
is not just about how you were raised. You could create your own culture. That's
Mhm.
why in corporate America, they even have something called workplace culture, because you're
Mhm.
creating an atmosphere for people to co-create together and
Mhm.
elevate. So I love that take on it. And sometimes what we're listening to when it comes to music, it's not just about the sounds or who presents it. It's something that's actually speaking to a place in us that's asking to be understood. And those burnt victims, they could relate, because guess what? It resonated. He's a
Mhm.
burn victim. He understands what I'm going through. He
mhm.
had issues, as a child. He understands why I may have reacted this way. So, again, it just takes someone to sit and think about your experiences and not looking at it like, woe was me, and just learn to elevate and help the next person, because your circumstances may just be better than somebody else's and can help them elevate to where you are. And that pushes you even further. And I
Mhm.
digress there.
No,
Yes.
that's exactly what needed to be said. It's almost like the power of that vibration of that music, because I'm very much the
Exactly.
energy and the vibration of music. I have had people tell me when I sing that they feel something inside,
hmm
uh, and it's a vibration.
And it's
The
the same when
power of
he
that
plays.
yeah,
Yes.
you have to respect that vibration when it comes to you, because I feel it when I hear music and it makes me want to dance, makes me want to move. It's that same thing.
mm
Where do you see music uplifting? And then where do you see it misguiding?
Mm, good
mm.
one.
Now that
Wow.
I want you to feel free to answer it, because this is a safe space.
Wow.
Yeah.
Um, hmm. I don't even. I'm not even one to speak on things like this, but normally, but um, some of it for me is like recently I follow I follow actually everybody in the world's music releases. Like people don't even know. Like I'm such a music nerd. If your song comes out, if your album comes out, I pretty much almost know, and I probably know most artists, more artists
Mm.
than people would think, of
Wow.
various styles of when their albums come out. I get the instant notifications every Friday, that really like
Mhm.
Thursday, because some of it hits on Thursday. I see the songs. And one in particular stood out to me was Kanye's new album. And
Mm.
I've listened to it, some of it, and his recent journey, from sort of like people would say fallouts, fallouts with people in general, fallouts with
Mhm.
black culture,
Mm-hmm.
with fallouts when it comes to his political views, fallouts when it comes to family issues. But what really struck me was when I saw the release of the CD and he used his name again. He said Kanye West and Ye.
Mm-hmm.
He put in the title of this album and per every song as artist name. It basically looked to me, when I look at it, it looked like his old self and his new self.
Mm.
But it was like
Collaboration.
he took some. I think because I think the more recent self seems to involve a lot of problems. I
Mm-hmm.
think he took his problematic self, maybe brought it back around to a more type of a full circle thing,
Mm-hmm.
to remember his um ambitious and calm and creative and all that
Okay.
stuff. So I felt like he took his creative source self to his problematic self, and he put them together in this album. And then next thing I know, when I saw the concert come out, and then he had the glow, and then what he did in the production, and then he brought all these artists out from the past and everything. I was like, and I just kind of looked. I just sat and looked at social media, just like I just look at this viral situation. Look at
It's the story.
Erica Badu's page, at the concert, Dave Chappelle, whoever, a lot of people just say, ooh, 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 ooh. No, what I'm looking at is what is going on spiritually and creatively
Mm-hmm.
in that moment. I was like, I do not know if that's the same Kanye, of recent days.
Mm-hmm. 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 It's almost like the two were collaborating. The two Kanyes were trying to
Hmm.
collaborate.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So,
Almost like maybe
mm,
he's trying to figure out how to live as a better person,
mm-hmm.
or as a more complete individual, rather than
Right.
siding with one aspect of his psyche. I don't
And I
know.
like that. Is like finding a middle ground. And I'm sorry, I'm going to interject again.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
It, reason why I wrote The Becoming, because we go through journeys in life, and that's why it's storytelling. If we take each person and we look at each person, because a lot of people have said the same for me, right? And I could say the same for Linda. I
Mm-hmm.
could say the same for you. We look at someone's timeline,
Mm-hmm.
there's progression. You're not the
mhm,
same person you were 10 years ago. And
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
then the new person that you are now, the people that are holding on to the version of you 10 years ago, they're going to try to pull you back into that version of yourself. But then you have your new self, and you have the people on this end, and they're keeping you here. It's grounded. But then there's some versions of you in the old that were good as well. And they're great versions of you in the present. So the two have to learn to coexist in the
Coexist. Yeah.
mhm,
medium.
Mm-hmm.
So, I say that to say, I love where your mind went with it. And
Yeah.
thank you
Yeah.
again, because it's all about becoming And I'm going to call it, when he understands what he's bringing forth to the world, and what you saw is more of arrival into who he is at this time.
At
Mm-hmm.
point, yeah. Mm-hmm. And not so much of a pointing of a finger at
There you
him,
go.
but to watch the
Mm-hmm.
evolution of him. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well, how do we balance creativity with consciousness then?
Mm.
That's a good one. Follow up.
Yeah, because I know that on my CD, I was at a place in consciousness that drove that creativity,
Mm-hmm.
drove the lyrics to the songs that I wrote.
Mm-hmm. Are you are you speaking for are you speaking like spiritual? Are you in a spiritual place?
Um, well, yeah. I mean, I'm all of that,
Mm-hmm.
but and your spirit is part of that consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
The balance of creativity, you have to find a place of satisfaction to be balanced, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering where you find that place of satisfaction. Where does it land? How does it land? How do you get it to land?
Mm. Wow. First words that come to my mind are the pathway to achieve, because I think to answer to your question is like the drive to achieve in a way. It's like I have to look at the drive to achieve and
Mhm.
say that um if I um if I if I stay a course,
Mhm.
or if I stay a course, or if I uh
Come
be
on, you good.
steadfast and never give up. If I
Mm.
stay a course, be steadfast and never give up. That those
Yeah.
are the ways that I can bring con- my conscious self to the satisfaction that I want to achieve.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the creativity.
I
And
like that.
sometimes you got to step away from it even.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You gotta let it sit for a minute and step away
Yeah.
from it and go back to it. And
Yeah.
nobody produces an album. Well, they say October London did, but nobody produces an album in a day. Nobody writes a
Mm-hmm.
book in a
Mm-hmm.
day.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take it in bits and pieces as it grows within you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
So with that consciousness and being steadfast and driven, what do you see in the industry, Richmond, that people feel but really don't say out loud?
Come on.
Mm. You know what? The biggest thing for me like that is spoken is that there is a there's there are walls on creativity, and there are walls on collaboration. There are
Mm.
walls on creativity, and there are walls on collaboration.
Yes.
Um, um, some people, I feel, and I'm gonna talk about just a couple of different aspects of that.
Okay.
Sure.
Some people have already achieved some of the success. They have a team,
Mhm.
and they have like the agent, or they're under some contracts, and they and it states do things this certain way.
Yeah.
Because of this reason, those people are not as creative as they would like to be, or as collaborative as they would like to be. They would like to do a song this way, this song, this
Mhm.
style, and maybe work with this person. Though the style they want to do is not called the number one seller, and that
Yeah.
person that they want to work with is not called is not the number one on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Right.
And they'll feel like as if they would like to do those things, but they're never gonna talk about it, and it's like may never even happen. Okay, that's number one. That's case one scenario, locked in to contracts, and maybe you have success. Then there's the people who are in the middle of some things. They have some presence,
Mm.
but they are too. mm,
It's okay.
they're too limiting of
Mhm.
themselves.
Okay.
They're too limiting of the possibilities. They could
Mm.
they could be extra creative. They can pick
Infinite
that music.
possibilities.
They have even people that have told them that if they did it, it would be good. They could be collaborative, um, but they choose not to do that. Um, and so there's that, and then there's the new person that just plain has the fear of
Yeah.
all of it,
Yeah.
the fear of they could be creative, or the fear of they could be collaborative, and it never happens. I'll give example with myself. That there have been many people in the industry that I performed with, duets. Tony Terry,
Mm-hmm.
um, Tony Terry. I did open in a concert that was Tilo was the headliner.
Okay.
Um, I've played with Tamala Mann. It's the Stellar Awards.
You did a TD
Performed with
Jakes as
Tamala Mann at
well.
the Stellar Awards.
Yeah.
Collaborated with Tamala Mann and on her music video. Um, 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 there are other people.
TD Jakes. I know you did some stuff with
Yeah,
TD
yeah,
Jakes.
you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, TD Jakes, yes. And
Yeah.
I've had 2 songs on an album of the Potter's Houses. This
Yeah.
Christmas at the Potter's House.
Okay.
All of
Correct.
these stuff I'm saying has a point. 2 songs with Bishop TD Jakes on the album. I'm saying this to say that in all these various cases, um, including a recent collaboration live performance with Mario for
Mm.
his mega hit song "Let Me Love You," a
Yeah.
duet with Mario. That's a lot of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
A lot of difference.
None of these people are really tapping into, to fully to what I actually want to do with them, which
Mm.
is which is uh fully embrace his creativity, fully get into creativity, um, and collaboration and creativity. We had in each of those cases we had, except for that I played at Potter's House regularly. We had one time involvement.
Mm.
We had one time involvement. I remember the next day, I think, or 2 days later, Mario was performing in Dallas. I tried to be a part of Mario's tour. I remember I even told them and wrote them out. They were going to other cities. I said I would appear in another city. I wouldn't even try to charge you an arm and a leg, like type of thing. I just wanted to be able to appear with you in another city. Or
Mm-hmm.
I want to participate in a song. I want to do this ongoing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want spotlight. I want to create with you.
Right. And not for it to be like a
With
one-time occurrence.
yes, and they were
Right.
all one time things. I wanted with Tamala Mann. Please, yes, I would
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
any other song in the world that she would want me to do, but it just so happens that it has only happened once so far.
Yeah.
Tony Terry, that happened once.
Mm-hmm.
That performance, it was magical. It was great. It happened once. Who was the other person was there anybody else I mentioned?
Uh,
I know you did some stuff with us for backstage Atlanta
Oh yeah.
with a few people, and I think that's how the Tony Terry situation
Yes.
kind of commenced from that.
mhm.
And you've been in the right rooms, you know. Felicia and I have spoken about this just on yesterday. Being in the right rooms what I'm going to say to you, and this is why this space is for this type of conversation, because we are open. There weren't words to or a title for what you brought at those times.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
timing is also everything.
Mhm.
So I say all of this to say to you, keep going, because your
Mhm.
brilliance is truly admirable.
Mhm.
Thank you.
We see it, we recognize that, we honor it.
Yeah.
Those were stepping stones, and just understand that those were, look at it this way, that those were moments for you to experience something,
Mhm.
and the
Mhm.
takeaway from it is going to elevate you even further, because
Mhm.
see, you're going to be able to go back to those same rooms and expound on so much more. And listen,
Mhm.
Andre, I know you're watching. We
Yeah.
can get this Tony Terry thing going, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna also hit up my folks, at
Mhm.
backstage. My old crew is there. Shout out to In-House Media, original stepping platform for us, and of course, there's so many amazing people that we have done some work with. And for sure, I'm going to keep saying it over and over. Now, All Generations Foundation, definitely something that could help you along those lines. And
Mhm.
me, myself, here with Linda on Infinite Perspectives, there you are in. And Linda is very humble, and so are you. And I'm going to say this: you're sitting next to someone that could definitely help elevate you even further. You guys could do some amazing things together. Linda has a
Mhm.
whole jazz vibe, and I already saw this in my head. So listen, I see
Mhm.
Carlotta. I know you tapping in, looking in. Carlotta Cole, as you know,
Yeah.
she's a part of this platform. She's one of our sponsors, Carlotta Cole
Yeah.
LeBlanc. She's a
Mhm.
former ICANN with Ike and Tina Turner. So you're not limited. Just
Yeah.
Mhm.
understand there's a reason everything is aligning the way it is now. Alignment is everything. And just remember, stepping stones, they weren't
Mhm.
hindrance. Those were stepping stones, and the infinite possibilities. Do you see that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Infinite possibilities. Just keep your
Mhm.
perspectives aligned and know that you're heading in the right direction. Stay encouraged. Keep being you. And
Mhm.
what I'm going to say to you on this, because I feel it's a part of that, based on your experiences with all of that, I see you thriving. So, would you say that music can heal the same way it can influence or harm?
Mm. Mm.
Mm. I yes, yes. I think that sounds almost like my entire theme. That
Yeah.
really sounds like my entire theme. Is the healing power of music. Um, it's what I talk about all the time. Um, it's why I chose the pathway of trying to become one of the only dancing violinists in the world that will go around and dance like a spin and on the floor and do some
Oh
kind of
yeah. Yeah.
choreography.
Come on.
Um,
Come
for-
on.
you know,
I love
to people, and that people see me doing that and doing that, and they're like, "Great," and you're active, and they don't realize that literally I'm spinning or whatever crazy thing, and I'm literally trying to heal them, like trying
yes.
to bring some kind of joy, trying to get them to step out of their um, rigid conscious into creativity, like the realm of creativity. Like if you're sitting down eating dinner, maybe you would get up and dance for half a song
Uh-huh.
as
Right.
I pass by, because I'm actually looking for that. I'm looking for you to like release instantly, to like separate yourself from that rigid self, from that everyday self.
Right.
Yeah. That's almost
And
like a call and response kind of experience.
yeah, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, very much.
It's
I
got to
was
be
raised in
intentional.
I was raised on classical music, and they say about classical music that the whole thing was built on call and response.
Yeah, yeah. Call.
And so and yeah, so I'm like, if I'm doing something, if I spin, then you supposed to respond. Then you supposed to spin too.
Spin too. Everybody be
I
spinning up
love it.
in here.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So that has to be intentional. So what does
Mhm.
intentional listening look like in a world full of noise?
Mm.
Mm. Intentional listening. Oh, can one of you? Okay, Michelle, can you answer it first?
He said, "But I'm gonna throw it at Michelle."
Well, it's got to be on purpose for sure.
And I believe it has to be aligned. And funny thing, and I'm going to give an example, and I don't believe in coincidences why this was thrown back at me. So,
Yeah.
Linda and I got on today, and I'm very, we're very open because we're people, just like everybody else. We go through. So it's been a crazy week. We know it's tax deadline day.
Yeah.
Look, all of the above. And I'm just like, what am I doing? And structuring everything. And then, just making sure that we're in a good headspace. So first thing was I threw on Linda's, music, and I listened to it, or intro, how you going to change the things around you. And I'm just like, ooh, I need to change this emotion that I'm having right now, and then I threw on, Before the World told you who you are, you were already enough, because sometimes we have to remind ourselves that, hey, before I was birthed, before the world knew who Michelle Diamond was, or who Linda Boston, or who Richmond Punch was, you were already enough. You, from birth, your lifeline was predestined, and your vision and your journey was already mapped for you, and it's just remembering. For me, it's remembering and going back to that conscious way of thinking again, and ensuring that what we're listening to, it motivates and it uplifts. The frequencies are there. Certain music can either make you feel sad. Some music could be a picker-upper. Some music could just make you want to jump off of a bridge. Some make you want to dance. Some make you want to be by yourself. Some make you want to be around others. So in every and anything that we do, and that's why music is a great piece. And I'm glad that you threw the question back at me, because in everything that we do, we have to move with intention. We have to move intentionally and do it so zealously.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if we have to realize that we are enough, and we have to trust our intuitive process to understand ourselves.
And overstand.
If we don't, we'll attach to anything that feels like, and that feels like it does attach to us. You have to know what you're doing. You got to be cognizant of your experience.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm going to throw a question back at you now, Richmond. If your music could shift one thing in the next generation, what would it be?
Uh-oh. Come on.
Wow. In the next generation. Having taught kids, and I recently was introduced to I taught recently a classroom full of a school, and was introduced to kids that were dealing with being post-COVID, and the non-communal ways of the years that they had during COVID, of education, of learning, of life experience, and all of that. I know that that's a lot of what that I guess like some of that current generation has, especially the 13 and under folks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the biggest thing for them is um to know that they don't have all the solutions.
Mm.
They need to know what it means to have community.
Ah,
That they don't have all the solutions, that their mama and them don't have all the solutions,
right.
that even their church might not have all the
Mm-hmm.
solutions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They need to find community. Community is in is in people that encourage you. Is in people that encourage you. It's in um, having a friend. It's in it can be in your it can be from your family as well, but don't just know your mom and your daddy. You got to know your extended family.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go to family reunions. Think about how many people, especially even in any culture, but I know in Black culture, don't make the family reunion for what? For how many years? Like every 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Um um what about whatever happened to the old term, village raised us. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I was in part in some of the years of the experiences I had was raised by everybody. Um like when I wanted to go to summer camp in Interlochen in Michigan, it was $5,000 to go to summer studies. I mean, in flight and everything included for a lot of the summer.
Mm.
And we spoke it out. My mom was just one of them, like, I'm not gonna be like, no, and this is impossible. She would speak out, and her speaking out led to a newspaper article where random people individually from the city sent checks in the mail.
Oh.
But I'm talking about that is an example. That
Mm-hmm.
is an example of village.
Of
It's
course.
it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about that we got in the newspaper. It
Mm-hmm.
was about understanding community, understanding
Correct.
village,
Correct.
because that's where that power hit, and that's what these
Absolutely.
kids today
Are lacking.
need. While they sitting there, in their video games and on their headphones, looking at social media.
Yeah.
I heard on the news made an announcement the other day that house parties are becoming extinct.
Mm.
Or some that was a news story the other day. So I was like, well, you mean so people ain't even having a party? You mean like they're not even having like fun, like a
Let's more blue
gathering,
light in the basement.
with food, with drink, with music? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what do you mean they not doing that? What you
Consumed with
talking
technology. That's what's happening.
about? Mhm.
Consumed with technology.
Yeah.
So if you could speak to your younger self, not as an artist, now hear me, not as an artist, but as a person, speaking to your younger self, what would you
Ooh.
say? What would you say to your younger Richmond?
To my younger self,
Mm-hmm.
mm, I would say get that. I would say get that. I would say learn how to save early.
I love that.
Learn how to save early. Get you a bank account. Get your mom and them. Get your mom and them to get you a bank account.
That's right.
Um, 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 get you. Make sure that you find something to do after school or on the church. And when you get through with family vacations and spring break and summer camp and all the holidays, that you need to be doing something else that's not just your family and that's not just school with your
That's
life.
good. That's
Mm.
good.
And
I
you
like that.
have to find something in this area to do. And what is figure it out. And I'll be like, you got 3. I'm gonna say that the kid is really young. You got 2 years to figure out what it is you're
What
going
you
to be
gonna do?
doing during those times.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
love
And
that.
yeah.
and if you don't do it, then I'm gonna spiritually pick something for you to do.
I like that.
Yeah.
So
And then you need that bank account. You need something to do, which already prepares you for the fact that I'm finna kick you out of my house in 18
Uh-huh.
years. In 18 years.
Something to do.
no.
And you also need um you need to find a mentor.
Ah,
You need to find a
I like
mentor
that.
that's not your family,
yes.
not your family, not your church.
It has to be outside
Um,
of that.
Somebody
yeah, a
outside of that.
mentor.
So you can get
It
Yeah.
reminds me of the big brother or big sister from Big Brothers Big Sisters, but
Correct.
like a
That's
mentor, somebody in.
new perspectives. Yeah.
Yeah. Quick
Mhm.
question for you. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. So
Go
I
ahead.
just want to see. Quick question for you. Do you have your equipment with you where you are?
Oh wow! Oh snap! I do.
Awesome. Well, can you play us a little something?
Just a little something.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I actually didn't know I had it near me.
We want the sound to travel out to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we need some energy. Energy. But I love that he said to find a mentor and of course the bank account.
Yeah.
Very important. I would add to that, invest. Learn how to invest.
Yes, I was gonna say that. I just didn't want to tell people to invest in certain things. So, but
Yeah.
No.
yes, invest.
Right,
And
of
you
course.
don't-
That's the reason to say invest. You have to choose what works for you or
Right.
aligns with your.
You're not telling them to
purpose.
go bet on the latest basketball or baseball.
Yeah, right.
The difference.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay,
talking about
so
just follow the. I'm not talking about just follow your friend's pool or your company pool
Right.
and go put in. Just go put in with them and just go with that. That's not investing. That's not investing.
All right, we're ready.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm.
Awesome.
Well, look, I wait for the.
Thank
Yes.
you. Now
Beautiful.
that was I didn't say what that was, but basically that was a reflection on if this world were mine.
Yep. I
Yeah.
already did. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love it.
yeah. That's
Ah,
because sound travels, and what it leaves behind is identity. You have left us your identity. Please take a moment and share your upcoming shows, events, and where we can find you and
Oh,
connect and support
yes,
your
listen.
artistry. Come
Yes,
on.
as a matter of fact, I'm most excited to say that here locally in Dallas, remember I talked about after that 2 year period, I play
yes.
every week with live band with violin, piano, and drums as the core um, every week at Kitchen and Cocktails in Dallas,
Okay.
which of
Well,
course is a fantastic black-owned restaurant, which I believe happens to be in around 7 cities, with the newest city being Boston that's coming up. I'm so
awesome.
excited to be a part of this restaurant that every single time I step into it on Friday, it's packed.
Mhm.
It's packed. So it's
So
really amazing to
we're gonna
play.
schedule Linda down there with you to do a
Well,
jam
and
session.
my
Hmm.
godson, I think, is down there, and he's a classically trained vocalist.
Hmm.
Try to
Oh,
keep
okay.
it real with you. Yeah, that would
Okay.
be
Yes.
well,
Look, she didn't
So
Richmond.
hear me. I said we're gonna get her down there so that you guys can
yes, Linda.
You
Yes,
know
that
what
would be
I'm
fellowship.
thinking
great.
about? I used to do the classical version of the Lord's Prayer, and
Hmm.
I
Mm,
do it with the person that would play the Hammond organ, but I've always wanted to do it with a violin.
Look at
I love
alignment.
that
So
song.
let's
Yes.
think about it now. Let's think about it.
Look
Yes.
at
I,
alignment.
now I play. I do. I actually have special guests. I've done last week, and even though this is only my third or fourth week, I'm trying to remember now. It's been so it's so new, but it's already so much. I
Yeah.
had a saxophonist guest appear
Okay.
last week.
Yeah.
Last week, so I am trying to mix the series up so that
Yeah.
people don't necessarily come and just expect to have me, but that they
Yeah.
would really have a various music experiences.
Yes.
I mean, the violin would be it can be in the mix,
Of
Yeah.
but there
course.
ain't no
Yeah.
telling what the violin might be mixed with.
Right. Right. And that's what
Let's
makes it.
talk. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's get this on the map. I'm going to
Mhm.
check her schedule,
Yeah.
and we should
Yeah.
get that
Mhm.
on there immediately.
All right.
Yes,
Well,
the other thing I forgot to mention was
uh,
nationally.
yeah.
I mentioned Minnesota. I have Minneapolis will be coming up in July. I have Chicago will be before that. No, no, sorry.
Mhm.
Chicago will be after that, and near my birthday weekend, like August 8th ish time. My birthday is August 12th, but I'll be near Chicago during that
Okay.
time.
All
And
right.
then Richmond, Virginia, RVA October 3rd weekend. The rest of this week is an of this year is a in part a palette for which people can pick up their phone and place their color on the and I'll show up wearing a suit in that color,
Yeah.
ready ready
Good.
to dance, ready
I
to
love
spin
it.
and dance. And
Dancing.
now I'm now currently learning how to do the moonwalk.
Okay now. All
I
right.
love
Um,
it.
Come on.
and so ain't no telling what kind of move that I will be ready to play to do for people when I see them. What's the other thing? My album this year will be will finally be the live album year that I've been trying to get
Yay.
together.
Mm,
I'm so grateful to the every week gig that I have for giving me the ability to
to
segue
do.
this into
Yeah.
my live album. Like for
Yeah.
instance, I've been doing this gig 3 weeks. I played with the drummer that my main drummer there a year ago. I'm gonna now. I think I already told him last week, and we only did the gig like 2 times that he's gonna be on my album.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Aw.
saying? That's a man that I technically perform it live
That
like
is wonderful.
like 3 times maximum. So I just
Yes.
told him after the third time, he hit that. I said, "You on my album?"
That's
Yep.
right. Come
You just
on.
And
know. You just know.
So what's
Yes.
yeah,
that
and so you
website
just
again?
know that,
What's your
huh?
website again? Your website?
Oh yeah, richmondpunch.net.
Dot
Yep.
And
It's
net.
then
down below.
my Instagram, richmondpunch.net, Instagram, violin richmond,
Mm-hmm.
violin richmond. You can even type in a violin and a letter R, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
usually the first thing that'll show up, but violin richmond. TikTok is Richmond Punch. Everywhere else is Richmond Punch. I do more than play the violin. I connect. I connect. I'm about building, and I'm about legacy, and
And
I'm
about
about leaving
healing.
them, and I'm about leaving a mark. And
Yeah.
I'm not just about hitting the stage with you.
Yeah.
If you want me to just hit the stage with you, I've been on stages. I'm looking to leave an
Leave a mark.
artistic mark and a legacy.
I love
Yes.
that. I love
Richmond,
it.
Richmond again.
Oh, I forgot to say, Linda, that I played the violin, the viola, the cello, and I lay down strings myself. Hold on,
Okay,
hold on.
now.
I
Come
don't
Oh,
on.
just make it up. I don't just
Okay.
make it up. Hold on.
he's like,
Okay.
hold on. He said,
Hold
I
on.
have to do.
We here. We wait. We here, right here with you.
I love him. He
Okay,
is
look
so
there.
funny.
Look
This
at that
would
there.
be my cello.
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna show it to y'all. I ain't gonna play it, but
Oh, I would love to see that.
yeah, and I have tons of the examples. So that's so when I speak about that, why I just don't want to hit stages with people. I have prepared for these
Yeah.
creative things my whole life. From the moment I watched my sister
I'm
learn this instrument.
one moment, guys. We had a comment that came in from one of
Yeah.
the viewers. Thank you guys for tuning in. I believe Me Junior asked, on what day do you perform at Kitchen and Cocktails?
Oh, I don't even remember if I said that. That's a good question. Uh, Fridays from 7 to 10.
Okay.
Every Friday.
That's
Fridays.
wonderful.
There is no cover costs.
Gratitude.
come
Thank
on.
you for that.
Tell
Come
all
on.
your the Dallas kinfolk,
Oh,
your Texas
wow.
kinfolk,
Yeah.
your red dirt cousins, your red dirt cousins, your brown dirt cousins, all
I love it.
Look at
That is too
instrument.
funny.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, that is beautiful. Wow.
That's
yeah.
gorgeous.
I watched my sister do this and I learned it from watching her.
That's
Did you?
amazing.
Mhm.
Yes. That's a
Yep.
blessing. That is a blessing. Richmond, again, much gratitude for sharing space and your gifts with us this evening.
Oh, thank you so much, Linda. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Yes, and likewise. Tonight, thank you guys for tuning in. And if you take nothing else with you, let it be this.
Yes.
Be mindful of what you listen to, because it
Mm.
becomes what you carry.
Mhm.
And what you carry becomes who you are.
Who you are. This is Infinite Perspectives.
Where voices become vision. Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night. Bless you, Richmond.
Thank you. Bless you.
How you gonna change the things around you? Oh, what you gonna love inside of you? Oh, when you gonna hear his revelation?